What is going on YouTube? Hidden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. We're also going to be looking at DueDEX as well as the current coin market cap. Specifically in today's video, I really want to just talk about the odds and possibilities of where we're going to be moving in the next couple of weeks. Specifically, we've been putting out some very interesting videos discussing the likelihood of seeing $10,000 within Bitcoin, as well as seeing where exactly these cryptocurrencies have a plan to move to. Now, I know a lot of this might sound like repetition, but there are a lot of new subscribers joining every day, so I do like to summarize what we did previously discuss and then continue to add on with newer content as the market starts to fold out and visualize and show us different patterns as we didn't see weeks ago. So there are definitely some very interesting things here on the channel. You can see there's definitely some resistances that we are starting to hit within the bigger cryptocurrencies, as well as more consolidation now starting to appear. So there's definitely some very interesting things we do have to discuss. Otherwise, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial, and let's jump into today's episode. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm on my current YouTube channel. Yesterday's video is discussing, is it possible for a $10,000 Bitcoin to be reached? As you guys know, there was a huge price shock, at least that's what I think, with the massive drop that we had from like $9,800 all the way down to $9,000, and then a mere small uptrend back up, pushing us back up, or a ripple effect pushing us back up to about $9,400 and trading out sideways. This all in all leads to some very interesting movements that we do have to pay very close attention to. Now, I do just want to start off today's video with a few announcements. I do want to show my Patreon once again. So I did do another revamp and another update on my Patreon, and I want to give a huge shout out to everybody supporting me, guys. We have 123 patrons, which is absolutely incredible, with a goal right now of 150, and we are literally killing it. We got like 23 patrons in less than 2 weeks, which is incredible. But specifically, I wanted to talk about a new tier that I'm adding. So as you guys can see, this is the best beginner crypto course online, and it is linked in the description if you do want to check it out. Basically, this is a discussion of if you have ever felt lost in the crypto space, this tier is for you. I'll be putting together a series of unlisted YouTube videos. So this is, special content, specific content that is only for people in this tier. And the reason is that these people are the ones that, if they need just a little bit more time, they have a few questions that I haven't really been able to answer and address on my YouTube channel. Well, they'll be specific to this tier. So if you have a question about the market that is not answered in the videos in this tier, you can literally just comment on any video and I will make a future video discussing your questions and your comments. So it is absolutely something to take advantage of. You can read what is listed here. Basically, we'll be discussing everything from how to use DueDEX, basic cashing out, putting money in, depositing, withdrawing from Bitcoin, and it will be covered. I'll introduce to you terms that are frequently used to cover the market in a way that is easy to understand and makes it even simpler to use every day. This series will grow with the questions that I get on a daily basis, as you guys know. So obviously there comes with exclusive content, market terms used every day, basic trading strategies, market insights, how-to videos, constant answers to all questions, and things like that. And if you guys had even a little bit of suspicion or curiosity as to what exactly is included, I did make a beginner video that is unlisted, specifically posted on my Patreon. So if you wanted to check this out, it is here. We're getting a ton of likes, a ton of comments. Highly recommend checking it out. And then if you have a little more knowledge into the cryptocurrency space and you are more advanced than a beginner, these are some tiers you guys can join as well. But otherwise, guys, huge shout out to everybody supporting the channel, supporting my Patreon. Also, we are doing a Crypto Influencers $200 Bitcoin giveaway. This is linked in the description as well. Basically, you got to be in it to win it. $200 of free Bitcoin. There's 902 entries, entered right now. 665 people involved in this with 17 days left. Highly recommend checking it out. Up to 7 ways to enter. Totally free, guys. I'm doing another giveaway in response to finally hitting 16,000 subscribers on our way to 20K. So I am giving away $200 of free Bitcoin, for everything that's going on. So definitely make sure to check that out in the description down below. Otherwise, let's jump into today's video. As you guys can see on the current coin market cap, top 10 cryptos are for the most part trading sideways. We see that it is Not really moving at all. We're seeing another flatlined move, another flatline trend with fairly low volume sideways movement. This usually, as we know, indicates bigger movements, bigger volume spikes. You can see the last time we had sideways trading, we ended up crashing, or not crashing, correcting fairly low, about $1,000. We kind of had a ripple effect, bumped up a little bit, and now we're doing the same thing, flatlined out on the moving averages on the price graph, and there's a good chance we're going to see another big injection of volume coming very, very, very soon. So when we look at these cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and the other cryptos in specific, you can see that Bitcoin is starting to make that same sideways formation. The crazy thing is it is below some very key supports. We have an uptrend, which it has broken below. We have a resistance up top, which it has not yet been able to break through. So there's a very high chance with us now finally trading closer to 50 on the relative strength indicators, and with what I believe is a bearish cross on the MACD. Yes, we see it right there. There's a very, very, very high chance that we are going to correct even lower. I am looking for reasons to show that by the end of, June, in the next 2 weeks, there's a chance we could dip as low as, I would say, $8,170. It is very similar to what we've been seeing back in the past year, and I can show you guys from the point where we have hit the resistance to the consolidation we did before we saw the first really massive break was about 10 days. So ultimately, I don't want to consider this to be it. I want to start off at the last moment we retested resistance. So we could start it here. This is about a 5 or 6 day movement. We extend this over and we're looking at the same thing. Now, let's get rid of this. Hold on. The same thing right here, about a 5 or 6 day movement. We have literally only got about 3. We've got about 3. So there's a good chance in the next couple of days we're going to see that retestment and that movement sideways. So you do have to keep a very close eye as to where exactly this coin wants to go. But we've seen the slow movement, the unsettling movement right here. We've seen even a reversal back up from a price of 95 all the way up to 10,000, where some people might think, oh, it's over the bear run. Now we're going to see movement to the upside. If you bought into this, you would have seen an immediate crash all the way down to our middle moving average. Now, I do know that, the middle moving averages here were not nearly as extended as we're seeing right now. But as we start to correct down lower, if that begins to correct down lower, we will see that reversal. And the second we see that reversal on the moving average, you can easily anticipate massive drops in the price. I mean, that is absolutely a wicked, gnarly correction to the downside. So I know we're not there yet, but we do still have to keep a very close eye on whether or not we start to aim down and get a little bit closer to the moving averages. This will ultimately, consider us to start putting out shorts. Ultimately, shorts is the answer to a solution where the coins drop in such a violent direction. Years ago, we were not able to short. Years ago, back in 2017, we could not put out shorts on a correction to the downside. But ultimately, this resistance does not want to get broken. And there's a very high chance it will not get broken. And the only direction Bitcoin will have to go to is moving down. After 3 months of uptrend, after hitting its bottom, entering an oversold market on the daily, entering an oversold market on the MACD, we're now going to start to see corrections to the downside. We've now currently hit overbought on the MACD and the relative strength indicators, and there's a good chance now we need to see that sideways movement that will send us lower and lower. You can see the last point right here. We were literally trading at the same wow, did not mean to do that. We were literally trading at the same level right here where we're trading at right now. So last time we hit the resistance, we fell to about 50 right here at this price level. It is practically the exact same price. Literally, you see this red line that's coming across. I'll show you again. This red line that's going sideways across the market right now is at 50 on the RSI. The same market and the same level that we're seeing right now is now at 50 on the RSI. So it is very similar in retrospect to where these prices are moving. We could see a very small incline in price as we head up ever so slightly higher. We could easily retest $10,000 again and then correct back down to the downside. But ultimately, I am truly bearish on the market until I see otherwise, until this market proves otherwise. I do think we're going to see some correction to the downside. Even on Litecoin really doesn't have much more room and movement to go up. I do ultimately think it's going to fill the gap, and I do think we're going to see that correction down, and I would not be surprised if we see a Litecoin back in the 30s again. You can see ultimately there is a massive and I mean massive, symmetrical triangle on this coin, where we've had an uptrend that has not broken and a resistance that has not broken, all getting funneled into one small tiny point right here. And as you know, and as we know, we need to make sure which direction it moves to. We can be fairly certain that this resistance is not going to get broken through. And same with the uptrend. So there's a very high chance it's going to get funneled into here and ultimately lower our price from 44 all the way to 39. And that could be the same wiggle room that, you know, Bitcoin has to slowly move down into here. Now, I know this is more or less like a year, but for that original correction, you know, for Bitcoin to at least spiral down is about the same filling as this would be here, which could ultimately send us up higher later on in the year. This is about 2 months right now. This is about a 2-month sideways movement, as you guys can see from a date range. Yeah, there are 38 days. It's about a little over a 1 month movement, but ultimately everything does show signs of weakness. Same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum also has a downtrend. You can see from here 1 to 3 points of contact. Ultimately correcting to the downside. We can see right now that as we are hitting this resistance, there is a little bit more room to funnel up. As we discussed, that same thing could happen with Bitcoin. As we saw here, there's a little bit of room to funnel us back to the upside, which we could be doing right now. A small movement to the upside, then dropping. Same thing applies with Ethereum. A small movement to the upside, then dropping as we hit resistance. So ultimately, a lot of these cryptos are showing signs of weakness. We see a bearish cross as well on the MACD for Ethereum. So there's a ton of things showing signs that there's a good chance we're going to be dropping fairly quickly. Same thing applies to XRP. XRP now in a massive 3-year negative return on investment, negative ROI. Been trading down ever since 2017. And this resistance, this yellow band drawn, has yet to be broken. So the same thing applies now. I know we are getting closer, but this could easily be extended out ever so slightly further. We could easily be moving this out just like this and giving us the same problem zone. Now with this movement like this, there's a good chance we still have room to head lower. As we consolidate and fill the gap right here, there's a chance that after filling this, we pop bearish, fall down to 14 cents, and the movement happens over and over again. Otherwise, guys, that's going to wrap up today's video. If you are new to the channel, make sure to participate in the giveaway. Even if you're not new, make sure to participate in the giveaway. Follow me on Twitter at CryptoVOfficial. Make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.